Hi folks, welcome to a Walkie talkie, and you can imagine we're up the West End. So I want to talk a bit more about Rosie Jones, comedian. Right, so recently she was saying to her social media following, David Attenborough should die. And whether she said it on her social medias, it doesn't really matter. She said it in any capacity. Right? The guy is quite old. The guy is from the BBC. He's done a lot of work in the BBC. And guess what? He has not been announced, but it should be regarded as an achievement, because the amount of men that go to the BBC and end up becoming kiddly, fiddling cunts is plethoric. But anyway, you know, the guy is old, and she was like, hear me out guys, right? And she referred to a one in, one out phrase, and you know, not long ago there's a one in, one out phrase about immigration, right? So it could look pretty insensitive. But anyway, you know, I'm absolutely shocked at her goal. That's all I'll say. I'm shocked at her goal because, you know, she's clearly got health difficulties like a lot of us. And to say, you know, oh, I hope somebody dies, I mean, somebody in the general public could quite easily go right back at you. It's very, very ignorant. It was actually shockingly ignorant, might I say, to come away with phrases like that. And she's meant to be woke. Woke is against, what's it called? Intolerance and promoting rights and all that stuff, and yet she's punting this part out. It's a bit bigoted. I mean, it's a bit like somebody going up to her and saying, well, your mum and dad are nearly 80. When's it we're going to fall off the perch? You know? It's fucking ignorant. And there's some ignorance right there. It's just absolutely atrocious. You know, like, it leaves me bereft of words. Right? I used to be a comic myself, right? And not at one point during my 10 years as a stand-up comic did I wish people dead. I mean, heck, we were only just a couple of years away from lockdown back then. Lots of people died then, Rosie. Are you not thinking about that? Or is it just ignorant me syndrome? That is, it's ridiculous. And plus, in places like London, people are dying on a daily basis because they've been stabbed, right? Victim of knife crime. And you're saying that some old guy called David Attenborough should die? I don't think your woke has been very well researched at all, might I say. That was a whoopsie moment, if you want to be polite. And at its worst, you're accidentally flexing your real wokeness, and it's not a very good wokeness. It's a shitty wokeness. And honestly, I've heard bigots talk with more compassion, right? Whether you are physically able or otherwise is irrespect. When you're throwing such bigoted phrases, you get taken on and treated as an able-bodied person, and to be throwing out phrases like, oh, I hope he dies, but you've got health conditions yourself, it's a bit kind of hypocritical. That's the only thing I can ever say. It really is just like, it's very underwhelming, and I don't really talk much about comedy or the arts, right? And this is one of the first things I get to see since leaving the circuit of comedy, and to be honest, it's slid right down to the, not even to the ground, it's slid right down through the fucking ground, and then some. I mean, it's just like, wow. I mean, the thing is, we're living in a world where, let's be honest, we're alive one minute and dead the next, and who's next on the list? Don't quite know. But yeah, it's very underwhelming to hear it, and it's like, but hear me guys, hear me guys, hear me guys. No, hear me guys will fucking help you. You basically said you hope one of the only men in the BBC who haven't nursed children, you hope him to die. He has brought a lot of contribution to television and education, and as a indication of thanks for his time and his trouble, you wish him dead. Nice, really nice. That's shocking. Like, actually, like, where are your morals if you're meant to be so fucking woke? No. Sometimes the wokest people are the most immoral people to know, and it's absolutely bang out of order that sentiment like this is floating around. You wouldn't like that being said to you, so don't say it to others. That's all I can say. Everyone else that can behave themselves, I applaud you, and I wish you a good night.